My parents took my savings and claimed it was payment for renting in their house, so I packed my things and told them they could shove the money up theirs. Now, I've gotten my money back, and they're begging for my forgiveness. I got a job while I was in high school. It was with a friend of my father. I saved money and bought some stuff I wanted. My parents aren't wealthy, but they are well enough. They wanted me to appreciate that material goods were paid for with my time. I didn't mind. I bought myself a PS4 and some games, which they made me share with my younger brother and sister. Once again, I didn't mind. They said I had to start paying rent when I graduated from high school. That was sad because I was going to university in the fall, hoping to save up over the summer to work less during the school year. So, I worked hard in school and at work. I ended up getting a job loading delivery trucks before school. I also slept at 7 p.m. most nights to get up early and go to work. I am about to graduate and have found a job in another province. I have already started doing my onboarding and online training. I will go from graduation to loading my car to leave. My parents had a graduation party for me, where they tried to present me with a check for all the rent I paid plus a pittance in interest. I looked at the check for about a minute and started laughing. All I could think of was the fact that I had no social life during university. Because I was working, I had no money for investments like my friends. And this is because my parents were taking my money. I asked them if they were doing this for my sister. They said they weren't since she wasn't working while she went to school. I tore up the check and told them to shove it up their behinds. I told them I would speak to them again when they compensated me for all the sleep I lost, 4 years of no social life during university, and 4 summer vacations. I told my little brother not to get a job, or they would mess with him too. I went to my room and grabbed my computer, some clothes, my PS4, and my toiletries. My brother and sister can play on the PS5 my parents bought the family. They were yelling at me the whole time. I said if they touched me or tried to stop me, I would call the cops. I loaded up my car, which I paid for, insured, and registered to me. I drove to my friend's parents' house and had a bit of a breakdown. They let me stay there since she is away at university in another city. I blocked my parents and my siblings. I had already given notice at my job, so I called my boss and told him I was sick and would not be available for my last week. He said he understood and laughed. He said he was surprised I had kept working this close to graduation. My grandfather called me to talk a couple of days later. We went to Timmy's, and he let me unload everything I felt. They took money from me that I could have used to make my life better. I didn't even have time for a girlfriend. My entire university romantic life was hooking up with a woman I worked with when her ex-husband had the kids for the weekend. He said my parents' hearts were in the right place and that they thought they were helping me. I said they owed me 4 years of fun and parties I was too tired to attend. He said he understood and hugged me. He is old, but I couldn't have gotten free of that hug if I tried. He asked me if I needed money to start my new job. I said I did not want anything that came from my parents. He gave me a cashier's check for about 3 times what my parents took from me. He said to use it however I wanted in my new life. He said it wasn't part of my inheritance or anything. It was a gift from him and something my grandma would have wanted me to have. My friends think I was crazy to tear up the check. Most of them agree with me about being pissed at my parents. Some family called me to say I behaved terribly and owe my parents an apology. I thanked them for the call or message and blocked them. I'm calmer now, and I do not think I'm wrong. But maybe I'm too close to see what I'm missing. Update 1. I unblocked my family and spoke with my parents. I agreed to meet with them for lunch today. We went to the keg and talked. They said they didn't realize how I felt during those 4 years. My mom cried and said she was very sorry that I felt like they didn't care about me. They read my post before it was taken down and are disturbed by what I wrote. They are also upset that my girlfriend is a single mom 14 years older than me. They asked if they could meet her, and I said no. They offered me the check again, and this time, I took it and thanked them. I said I would come home later. After lunch, I went to the bank and deposited the money. Since we all bank at the same branch, it was easy to cash it. I made sure that the money was in my account. Then, I blocked them again. I just wrote my girlfriend a check for $4,312 to help her out. It was the interest on the money, more or less. She is a decent person, and she has taught me a lot. She works hard, and she deserves something good in her life. I know that isn't me. I am seeing my grandfather tomorrow. I will make sure he knows what I did and why. I will also invite him to see my new place once I move to the West. I'm spending the weekend at my girlfriend's house since her ex has the kids.